name is Rachel. I will be making hand wash today. And behind the camera is...
My name is Jaffred. We are the son and daughter of Professor Andrew Bisa, and today we are going to be making liquid soap. So I'm the one taking the video and I'm going to edit this, and you'll also see the tags that will be made, and my sister will be taking you through making the liquid soap. So these are the ingredients.
So these are our ingredients. We have bar soap, the regular bar soap. You can get it from any shop. We have glycerin, we only require very little. We have surgical spirit. We're using this in substitution of antiseptic, and essential oils for fragrance. Then we also have hot water. Well, we have water, which will be hot by the time we're using it in there. The first step is to grate the bar soap, as you can see. Yeah. And then we are going to heat it with water in a sufuria. So we're using 2 cups of water, which we are going to pour into this sufuria. To add our soap, which was half a bar. And then now we will heat . Our soap was boiling. We're going to add glycerin, like 2 tablespoons. Okay, that's basically it. Yeah. Then we are going to mix. It is preferred to use different color bar soap. Okay, now we are going to add our spirits, which you can also use antiseptic. I'm going to use 2. Okay, that's basically 2 magical. And then essential oils. Essential oils, it's not advisable to use a lot, so we're using 3 drops only. Okay. So we're using 3 drops. And then we're going to mix. Yeah.
Okay, this is the final product that we have produced. It is liquid soap, as you can see. We have even branded it. Lois, could you show them how it looks on your hand? Yes, you see it's liquid soap, and now you can use it as your personal hand wash. Thank you for watching.
My name is Rachel, and behind the camera is...
My name is Jaffred. we are the son and daughter of Professor Henry Bisa, and today we are going to be showing you how to make liquid soap from regular bar soap.
Here we have our ingredients. We have soap, bar soap, we have glycerin, we have food coloring, and we have water. Okay, here we have shredded soap. It's our bar. So we are going to leave it on a medium heat with water, and then we're going to leave it to heat. Okay, so we are going to stir the soap until it has all melted and dissolved into the water. Going to add the rest of the ingredients. Here we have okay, and now we stir. After we stir, we leave it to cool. Our finished product, the liquid soap, and it's very it lathers up very well, as you can see.
Okay, Prof, I want to help you make the homemade soap, liquid soap, a simple soap that do not require many detergents to make. It is best for those local people, best for those who are poor, orphans in the village. So let me give you this. You try it at your place and you see if it will be good for those poor orphans who cannot buy, who cannot afford the cost of the detergents needed to make the best liquid soap of different colors. As you know, it requires many detergents like nitrosol, potassium. It requires some what I don't know what to make its color different. There are somehow 4 or 5 detergents, but this mine is just a simple one. I have here a bar soap. Just bought a bar soap. I'm going to use only this is the detergent that I need, a bar soap. You can, if you can't buy this, there are those you find in villages, people use a soap. They cut a soap, a piece of bar soap. They use it when it is almost to end, they throw that remains away. They can know that is waste of the soap. Those remains of this soap when it's almost finished, they can be gathered together and be crushed. You gather those scraps of the remain of the soap or old soap together, and you shred them. You shred the soap using either a grater. As for me, I'm going to use a grater, or if you have a potato peeler, you can use it. But me, I'm going to use this grater to grate this soap into fine crisps. I don't know if you use the word crisps or what. So this is also my plate whereby I'm going to use it to create this. So this is how I'm going to do it. You just create them. I'm now creating them. You can see now I've finished shredding my soap, my bar soap. You can see now the way they are fine. These are now just after I've already shredded this soap. The bar soap I cut a piece. Then I've now shredded them. You can see how they are. Once you've shredded them, I'm now going to heat. To heat this, I'm going to add water here in a pot. Let me say a sufuria. And use a sufuria. For me, I'm going to use a sufuria to heat this. So I'll add about 8 to 9 cups of water. In the sufuria, I'm going to put 8 to 9 cups of water in a sufuria. Then I add this shredded bar soap, shredded soap. Then from here, I'm now going to heat it. And now for me here again, I have this is water. I'm going to get my 8 cups of water from this, and this is the pot. I said I'm going to use the sufuria. I don't have a pot, but at home many of those grandparents have the pot. So I'm going to count 8 cups of water into this. Add the 8 cups of water in this sufuria. This one. There are now 8. There are now 8 cups. And now I'm going to add this into this. So you can see this is the mixture. I'm now going to heat. I'm going to heat this about 10 to 15 minutes until this shredded soap are fully they're melted. Until they melt all. They are all liquid. The mixture is just liquid. No pellet in it. All the soap should have melted. Prof. Now I have finished heating my mixture. This is just I've placed it on the plate, some on this plate, so that you can see them well. And there is another mixture of it. You can see it's just liquid, very thin. Also this one. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cool it for about, it depends on the cooling point. Maybe you have a machine that can cool it very fast. Go for it, it will do it fast. But for me, I'm just going to place it covered openly somewhere to cool it for 1 full day. And then after there, when it will have cooled, it will become thick depending on the amount of soap I shredded and the quantity of water. It will depend. So I'm going to cool it. Then after cooling, you can opt. It's an optional. You add little cooking oil in the mixture when it's cool, when it's heating. That oil is just to add moisture, to moisturize your hands when you are washing. But me, I'm not going to add it in. I'm just going to use it naturally that way. I cool it, and when it have cooled, I'll come and put it into this tin. This is just an empty tin, has got nothing. Don't look at it and you think it has balloon and there is perfume inside. No, just an empty tin, nothing in it completely. And when it will have cooled, I'll use this thing. I'm going to use this thing. This is I can call it a star. A star. Maybe you have that electricated one, but me, I'm just going to use the normal one to stir the mix. After it has cooled and become thick, I'll now use it to stir the thicker when it's thick, to stir it so that it mixes it mixes well. Then after that, I'll transfer it in this tin. I'll transfer it in this tin and I'll do it for you. Give me some hours. I'm coming back. Okay, now Prof, you can see my mixture is now here. I've cooled it. It has only taken me 30 minutes. You can see I used a very small piece of soap. Let me show you the size I cut the bar soap. I used this size of the bar soap, shredded it, and now you can see it has given me this amount. This is now like, I just have to stir it. Ingekuwa niko na the stir, that electrical or whatever, I will have used it to stir it. Now with me, I'm going to use a blender. I'm going to use a blender to return it into, you can either opt for this, of which it will not do it best, but me, I'm going to use a blender. This one can do it. Let me see. Yes, I can see it's doing it. You can see. It's very thick. Yeah, it's now in the uniform. You can see I've now made it come to thick. This is still the same quantity. I'm also going to cool it. You can still see I have as much, and then I have nikona nyingi. The mixture was over, let me say, 15 cups with a small piece of soap, with as like this. So meaning a bar of soap, it can make almost even 50 liters. 50 liters of the liquid soap. Simple. It does not require anything expensive. You can, one bar of soap goes at around 100 or 80 shillings there. Water, you can get it from home. The water is there in plenty. Now it is rain season, so that one shouldn't worry. This one you can decide to use even a cooking stick to kukoroganisha, cooking stick to stir it. If you don't have this, you can decide to use with a knife. Just use a knife cut them into small pieces. Alternatively, if you can't afford that, if they cannot afford that, now I have to transfer this mixture into, sorry. It's now okay. My mixer is very okay. Now I want to put it into this tin. It will be a bit difficult for me, but I'll try my best to ensure it goes in. Let me try use this measuring cylinder. I scoop it. Now you can see I'm through with the filling my bottle. It's now inside this. So for me to use it, I've made it very thick, not very thick, a little bit thick, because mine is, I'm just going to use it for pressing. I press, it comes on my hand, that is it. I return it, and now you have to spread it. Rub your hands with the soap. You can see it forming soapy. My hands are soapy. I now go to wash them. You can see now I have washed my hands. The soap is, but now if you want to make it so that this bottle nobody touches it, as the one you have in the video at Bungoma there, you want to make it to be very thin. You make it, you'll make the solution to be very thin. As you stir them, you add a little of this solution that it has not yet cooled. You stir until it becomes thin, so that when you pour in a bottle somewhere and you step on that lever, it just drops itself, very liquid. Thank you. I think you'll be interested in my video. You'll use it to reach out to those poor who cannot afford the nitrosol, the potassium, the what that is to be, the many detergents that are needed to be bought with they are very expensive, and they make little soap, liquid soap. As for me, this one, a piece of base soap can give me more than 20 liters of, more than 40 liters of soap, liquid soap. A piece of a bar soap. Those leftovers, you just gather them, gather them somewhere, shred them, and do whatever I've been doing myself. They'll have enough soap that you last for more than months. The leftovers can be used when they are made in this soap, liquid, simple liquid soap home. It can last for long as compared to those chemicals, the ones that people go for them, because they are very expensive. You buy them, you can't make it. The soap is not as much as this mine, and to be used just simple. Not all are learned, but this one, hata ule shosho mwenye hakusoma alienda shule ya Gumbaro atajua kuitengeneza, manake haihitaji vitu vingi, haihitaji akili mingi. It is just simple as simple. Thank you for watching. Bye. With me I have the different soaps that we have just been trying to make them since the other time. This is the soap I used, the experiment I showed you, the first one, of making home-based liquid soap. This is the soap I used. It was a whitewash soap. Just a solid soap. Then, as you saw in the other experiment that we were doing, you crush them, the crabs, into small sizes, place them on heat, they melt in water. The solution, you place them somewhere to cool down. As it will have cooled down, you found that it formed a very thick, depending to the quantity of the pieces of the crabs you placed in that water and heat. So, for me, after then, yesterday I tried making different colors as you had requested me to look away. You can make them into different colors. So I've tried myself yesterday. I didn't make it. So I just today decided to go and find out the detergents, the color detergent. So I've just been in the Agrovet somewhere within Juja, and I bought some 2 chemicals here. This is a chemical that will give me a color blue. The chemical, I was not told the name, but I was just told this chemical is gonna give you color blue. So it was written blue. You can see even when I placed water on top, it already started changing to blue. Then this chemical, I also bought it. It was written it will give me color green. So the 2 chemicals I mixed in the solution that the thick soap. After heating, I have to mix this solution in that soap that you made in the experiment. So I began with mixing the blue, the chemical that will give me color blue. So I took the little quantity of the chemical. I've mixed with it. You can now see it's already turned my soap, the white soap that I had heated. It has already been turned to color blue. These chemicals, first, the effects, they have no effect on the skin. Having they are recommended with the government, people use them to make the liquid soap. I asked that the pharmacy there, she told me these chemicals have no side effect with the skin. They are best. They are just after changing the color, giving a color. The white soap a different color but has no effect, negative effect on the skin. They are good with our skin. So you can see this one has already turned my white soap to blue. And the color green one, the green color, you can look here, I have the green one. It's already turned to green, you can see. It's already clean, this one. So I've already mixed them. You can see the one chemical, this one chemical, I was told it can make more than 50 liters of soap. Mind you, I told you the other time, one full bar of soap can make more than enough liquid soap. So you can imagine, one bar of soap goes at 100 shilling. One bar of soap goes at 100 shilling. And this little quantity, chemical, it goes at 10 shilling. This one is 10 shilling. This one is 10 shilling. So they are measured in the ratio of 10, 10, 10, 10. Well, when you buy the 1 bar of soap, you just have to cut a small piece and crush that small piece, and you heat it, it will give you a large amount of the liquid soap. When you cool it, after it has cooled down, you take little amount of water. Little amount of water, you add little, just small quantity of this chemical, depending to the color you want. You add in that water, then you stir the mixture, the chemical and water. Automatically that water will turn to that color. Let me say I start with the green. The water will turn to color green. So so after that, the water that is color green, you can use it as you will be stirring the soap, the thickness of that soap, to make it ikuje to that the nini. Let me say the soap you will have melted. Then place it somewhere to cool. That soap, it will become thick. So if you want to reduce that thickness, you don't need to add the water as I had told you. So having that you want to make it to be a certain color. If you want it to remain color white, in its natural form with the bar soap color, you have to use hot water as I had told you. But you want to change it to a different color, you don't have to add water. Use the water, the chemical, the water that you mix to the chemical, to break that thickness into the how do I say it? Kwa kile kiwango cha uzito, you need your soap to be. So me, I use that one to reduce the thickness of my soap. I haven't added water, it was very thick. So that water, the blue water, I used it to change, to break down the thickness to this level. As well as to green, it was very thick. So I've just used that green chemical to change to water to break the thickness of my soap to this. And now you can see I have now here, I had white color. The white color gave me a thick solution. The thick solution, I've divided it into two. The one solution, I've changed it to blue, and the other one, I've changed it to green with the help of these two chemicals, where you can get them from the agrovet there in your Chwele Soko there. You can get them there. And now, there aren't only two chemicals. Let me tell you that there aren't two chemicals. We've got a variety of them: red, green, blue, and violet, indigo, whatever the color you want, it is there. The chemical, it is there for you, only at 10 shillings. So if I calculate my amount placed in this, the bar of soap went at 100 shillings. I used a little piece, a small sized piece of soap to make this, to make the thicker liquid soap. And I've only added 10 shillings for one chemical. The chemical is not over. I've already mixed, but you can say I still have. This one can still reach to 50 liters of water. Can still change 50 liters jerrycans of water. So, one bar of soap at 100 shillings and one chemical at 10 shillings can create a volume of home-based liquid soap. Here is my packaging. I've now packaged my soap here. You can see the green one I've already placed in a bottle. You can see how it looks attractive. It is very attractive. You can see it's very attractive, ready to be used. Color blue, this one. I've already I've already placed the mixture in the bottle. You can see it's now color green. And the natural white one that I just placed on heat, cooled it, and then stirred it to levelize the thickness. It's now this one. This one I haven't added anything. So here I have 3 different colors. The green one, the blue, and the white. These ones have no effect when they are used on the skin. They have no effect. As I've been told, the chemicals I've used, they are the recommended chemicals to be used. You get many people at home there, they make this very light liquid soap. They use these chemicals. They are just a 10 shilling. So that shosho in the village, that orphan in the village, 10 shillings cannot be a huge amount that she or he cannot get. 10 shillings is a small amount. And the small amount, the 10 shillings, will make her or him have very volume of enough soap to use. So what you do, let me take a green soap. This is now my green soap. What I do, I just have to press it. My bottle, I press my bottle. It goes on my hand. I close it again. You can see? Now you apply it on your hands. You can see it is soapy. Then you go to wash your hands. Thank you. I think you'll enjoy it. You love it.